And we're back with the European Championship 2017 in Utrecht. We are now in the top 4, and now it is all to play for to get your World Championships.
Absolutely.
World Championship spot.
Yeah.
Definitely. So we have Tom Payton versus Marcelo Barberi, Michael Forner versus Petros Markantonakis.
Nailed it. I did so much worse.
So we are actually going to be showing Petros and Michael. We have been waiting a little bit of a while. We're just checking on something, so I think we should just go straight to the tables.
Yeah, let's get on up there. Here we go.
Right, we'll get you the hands as soon as they load in. You are looking at another Zoom mirror. That is all that is left in this tournament are the Zoodiac decks. So, yeah,
Pure Zoo.
here we go.
Indeed.
So, is there any variation between these two lists? I'm playing Shuffle Reborn, Petros.
Michael, free Forbidden Apothecary. Apothecarist. Sorry, the handwriting's bad. Apothrica. And 3-dimensional barrier mained and a torrential tribute main.
Yeah, I got 3 Barrier main as well. And Soul Charge.
You got 3 enemy controller?
You've got 3 Ash Blossom, Maxi, and Joyous Spring.
I've got Winter Cherries.
Ooh, not seen that yet. Various side deck cards, including Kaijus, Flying Seas, and Gagaga Samurai, in fact.
Ooh, well, there we go.
2 of.
That's quite a nice little difference there.
Yeah.
So just loading in the hands. Here is Petros first.
Sorry.
Go ahead.
I bet that has snuck in some games for him over the course of the tournament, this Gagaga Samurai.
Surprise, 3,800.
So we got Zoodiac Thoroughblade, Zoodiac Rapier, Cosmic Cyclone, Fire Formation Tenki.
That's good.
I'm not sure what the last card loading in it will be.
It's a reasonable start. He ideally wants a hand trap. Yep, there it is. Okay, that's pretty good.
Nice.
And
so
he's going
Michael
second.
has got Enemy Controller Pot Desires, Ghost Reaper and Winter Cherries, Twin Twisters, and Zoodiac Thoroughblade.
Wow. That's a good hand.
Oh, yes. So he's just counting.
Yeah, I wonder, he might go for the Ash Blossom here on the Pot of Desires.
Okay, that's 10.
Yeah. You haven't drawn yet? Ash, there it is.
There it is.
Ash Blossom and Joyous Spring.
Bam!
Hope you like losing 10 cards.
For basically no profit.
But Michael still has plenty of cards to work with. The Thoroughblade, and the enemy controller as well, should he need to grab hold of his opponent's monster. He's got a Winter Reaper, Ghost Reaper and Winter Cherries.
That's going to be huge.
When Petros tries to go past him.
Don't think we've actually seen Ghost Reaper.
Not this weekend. We've seen it in a lot of lists. We've just not seen it played.
Yeah.
A very unique effect that allows it to attack the extra deck.
Yeah, I love Ghost Reaper.
As long as your opponent has more monsters than you do, you can discard this card, reveal 1 card from your extra deck, look at your opponent's extra deck, and then banish all cards of the extra deck with the same name as the card that you revealed. Bearing in mind, you do not banish your one.
Yeah.
It's just all the ones in their extra deck. So you can take out all of their Brood Bulls or all of their Dridents, depending on...
Yeah, Trident's usually the best shout.
Yeah.
It's actually one of the main reasons why some players that aren't even playing the Zoo engine will stick a Drident or a Broad Bull into their extra deck.
Yeah, exactly. If you've got the space, it's especially great in decks where they're using just like the real cut-down version of the Zoo engine, so they can still use Ghost Reaper.
It's not been super common though. That's the thing. Well, it was all the one card everyone was talking about back when the ABC deck sort of entered the scene, and then it kind of fizzled out because of how lackluster it was if you went first and drew it. But it can be absolutely backbreaking at the same time. It's just the community just kind of moved away from it because of the drawbacks of you want to go first and you don't want this when you're going first.
Yep, absolutely. It's still very strong when you go first, though. It's not a combo piece, though.
No, it's not a combo piece, and it does depend on your opponent summoning more monsters than you have in order for you to use this.
Yeah, which generally you will. Your opponent will do that if they're going for Trident. You just got to be careful with how you decide to play out your Zoo combo.
And there is a Michael's hand. Zoodiac Ram in his hand. He's putting a material under the Hammer Kong. The Hammer Kong is negated because it was summoned by the Chaka 9, so then he's going to have targeting protection for all Zoodiac monsters. Causes some interesting interactions because it stops your opponent targeting their own Zoodiac monsters as well.
I had a really interesting conversation about the meta with Lorenzo Roma, former world competitor.
He was he also the judge, or
No, that was Ricardo Loggia.
Yes, that's right.
Yeah, Lorenzo was saying that he actually thinks that the best deck in this format was Magician Pendulums, just nobody figured it out yet.
Well, there wasn't exactly a lot of time, but we may see that change for the North American WCQ.
That's exactly what he said. He
Ah.
thinks that it's going to be absolutely ravaged by Magician Pendulums, the North American World Championship qualifier.
We'll have to see if that does happen.
Yeah.
When is the LAWCQ?
I think it's in 2 weeks' time.
2 weeks' time.
Cosmic Cyclone going down, the blind Cosmic Cyclone. It's going to target... I guess he wants to hit the Twin Twisters, considering his Tenki and Solemn Strike. I think he has targeted the Twin Twisters.
Yeah, he
This is
did.
Twin Twisters. You can tell when he was thinking, is there, I can activate this. Do I want to? And he elected not to.
The answer was no.
Now, how does he get into this? He's got a
What's Petros got in his hand here?
Petros, Through Blade, Rappeteer, Tenki, and Solemn Strike.
Reasonable hand.
Yeah. Solemn Strike will be helpful. Just in general, it's a good card. Look at him. Solemnly striking.
Question is, does the Tenki resolve? Yes, it does.
Surprising.
Michael waiting for the normal summon at least before he takes a monster out. He wants again. It's in a late grind game with Zoodiac. It's you want to just try and take as many of your opponent's resources per removal as possible.
Yeah.
While they are technically thinning their deck, and you are giving them the advantage of potentially better draws, this entire match does come down to resource management at its best. This is why cards like Max C are just absolutely brutal, because you can't build your economy and then your opponent goes ahead and builds theirs.
Yeah.
There's the Through Blade. And then Dryden's going to take out the normal summon.
I think it might be so heavily raining that you can hear it on the roof.
No, I think somebody's just wheeling something somewhere.
Sounds like rain.
And yeah, Dryden's going to take out the Free Blade. Rappeteer going to be discarded for the Free Blade effect. A new card is drawn. Petros, after giving up the normal summon, he didn't hit his barrage. So he's going to be setting his Solemn Strike and another card, probably Dimensional Barrier. We'll see what it is when our app is updated.
My Body's a Shield, was it?
It was actually My Body as a Shield. That would have been nice to have. He drew that off of the Through Blade, which is quite unfortunate, because if he'd had that, he'd have been able to get through the Dryden and then easily run over the Hammer Kong.
Yeah.
Michael, the Ghost Reaper, not ready, not useful yet, but he has a Ram, and he also has he managed to keep his Dryden until next turn, and he has a Zoodiac Hammer Kong as well to upgrade, so he can make a real good push out here. There's only a Solemn Strike to interrupt him. Quick check of the graveyard to see what resources you have used. We're going to go Brood Ball first. Zoodiac Brood Ball. Secretly the MVP of this deck. Just the sheer amount of the way it keeps the cards rolling and it's very specific search effects. just allowing you to extend your plays or even set up for following turns. It's a very, very powerful card.
It's kind of the Zoodiac in a nutshell there.
Yeah, pretty much. It's the fact that you get to do so much with just a single card is the reason why it's sitting here at the top of the WCQ tables.
Yep. We've seen these combos so many times.
Yeah. It's the same combos pretty much over and over again.
Well, if it's not broken, don't fix it.
Yeah, exactly.
The attitude of the remaining 4 competitors in this tournament.
Yeah, I'm going to take a look and see.
Ram coming down. And he's biking a Ram.
Yep, the attack's going to come in.
That's a tiny attack.
And then the Trident's going to get in for 1600.
Again, it's just another one of those monsters that you just see attacking, just going, stop it!
Boop. It's just a little boop.
It's probably not a little boop.
The shield.
It's probably quite a big boop.
Yeah. It's tiny, tiny Ram.
Interesting that we'll see where Michael goes with this, but looking at his, yeah, he still has another Brood Ball in there if he does want to use his Winter Cherries. Should his opponent start getting to creep beyond him.
So there is, our other ticker looks like it's just frozen for a second. There is a link going along the bottom where if you're interested in voting for who you think will win, we want to try and keep track of who your favorites are as we go through. Let's see
please
what
vote
you're
and see
saying.
who you think's going to win.
And at the moment it's 75% for Michael Forner and the rest for Petros.
Double Trident.
Yeah, I mean, double Trident, super strong. Stops your opponent from basically doing anything.
When you pass a turn like that, do you just say check?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, he's still got that Ghost Reaper as well as a backup plan if his opponent does board wipe him. And
Yeah.
I wouldn't say that this format feels like chess.
No.
Oh, he's got the insurance policy of the Ram, and in his hand he only has Book Moon and Free Blade, so he can't do some shenanigans with Whiptail and Trident.
Feels a lot like 2 players simultaneously playing Solitaire and then comparing the results.
I like that. I like that analogy, especially with all the stacking on cards and everything.
Yeah.
Yeah,
exactly.
I like that.
That's a bit rough. I think that doesn't really explain the level of grind that these guys have gone through to get here.
Well, they compare results as they go, and you know. Oh,
Yeah, that's
have
the idea.
you got a 7 of clubs yet? Oh, no. Oh, right, okay. That means I'm not allowed my 7 of clubs.
Yeah, it's like, oh, so would you like to kind of finish that stack with an ace? Because unfortunately, you're not allowed to play that ace.
Yeah. Yeah. No hearts for this round. Being Dimensional Barrier calling hearts.
It's all right, Luke. We'll get you a Zoodiac deck, and you can go play the winner of the tournament. Show us how it's done.
No. I'm not saying that it's easy.
Oh, it's definitely not
It's
easy.
just the same thing.
Solitaire's not easy.
Yeah, Solitaire's hard.
It's not the game that has a hint button. There we go, Solemn Strike.
You've clearly been playing Spider Solitaire, Matt.
Yes.
No, we're not allowed to have it on our work laptops. I actually have no idea what I'm talking about.
Solitaire's pretty hard.
I would compare this format to poker.
Yeah.
Because there is a lot of back row, so you have to be ready to be able to bluff if you really don't have anything.
Yeah,
And
absolutely.
plus, it's what am I holding in my hand?
Yeah.
Yeah, both the Tridents getting answered here.
Buckman in Petros' hand. Taking Thoroughblade, it still says it's on the field there. We've got an enemy controller and a bit Forbidden Apocrypha. Sat there
interesting.
on Michael's side.
I'm going to start getting into some more interesting parts of the matchup here where both players have kind of used some of their resources. So now they've got to be able to recoup them and play again.
And
Yeah,
Petros is on very low.
It's trying to
life
weave
points here.
in some of that. What's the best word for it? The recycling, weaving in the recycling into your combos
Yeah, exactly.
at this point. So it gets harder and harder the fewer cards you have, but the more and more necessary it becomes in order for you to have a real chance at this later stage of the game. So you've got to try and find your moments to get in your Daigusto Emerald, to try and put some of the options back, or making sure you fire off that Zoodiac combo if you have it.
Now, if you're just joining us, we are in the, well, I would say this is the semi-finals, is it not?
Yeah, semi-finals, top 4.
And top 4. So whoever wins this basically gets to go to the World Championship.
Is going to the World
So
Championship.
this is a huge game, lots of things going on. So both these players ready for this grind game that's currently happening. Forbidden Apocrypha hitting the field
For the first time.
for the first time in the entirety of this tournament for us. I do believe, it just has to be 2 or more types on the field, not necessarily on one side of the field.
Nope.
So that is going to basically stop Petros in his tracks there, I believe.
Yeah.
Although he could Book of Moon, his own card there, I'm surely.
Yeah, I think it could. It would have 0 defense. I guess it would give... hard to say. I think Book of Moon is probably better being used as a defensive option than it is to try and save it.
Does it
okay,
have
maybe
to
it doesn't
send?
resolve.
Oh,
yeah.
yes, he can't resolve without having the 2 cards face up. So Book of Moon is actually a very, very good choice here.
Really?
I'm pretty sure that is the case. Do you want to please just read the card, just in case I am...
Does he have to send both? Does he have to be able to send them all to the graveyard? That's the question.
Let's have a look when it loads up for us.
Yeah,
There we go. Declare 1 if 2 or more. So the cost is the declaration, but it's only if there are 2 or more face up on the field.
At resolution.
Ah, okay,
At
then
resolution.
yeah. That's clever. So booking its opponents will then stop that from resolving. That's very clever.
Yeah,
I
okay,
like
so
that.
yeah, it's face down, and so yeah, you don't meet the requirement if 2 or more are face up.
Nice. That is awesome.
Yeah, that's a really clever way of
Nice
getting around it.
panic button, Petros. I think Michael seems a little bit stunned by this.
Really all to play
very
for.
clever.
Really all to play for here. And although we are so far on at this point, if you've been watching us from the beginning, I'm glad to have had you. If you're just joining us and you don't really know what's going on, if you've just seen us on one of the pages of Twitch and thought, ooh, what is that? We are playing the Yu-Gi-Oh! Trading card game. All of these cards that you see in front of them are of the Zoodiac variety, meaning that rather than using 2 cards to get all of the nice selected options out of the extra deck, you can just use the 1 card to kick off. These are some of the best players in Europe, all qualified to be in this place. We had over 1,300 players to start off with, and now we are down to the
That's
top 4.
Really good from Michael. Because then he'll get to start the turn, and he has the monster he can start Xing over,
Yeah.
and his opponent only has that Brood Ball. He has no
Yeah.
cards in hand.
No
Yeah.
defensive options
Well,
whatsoever.
Michael does have cards in hand.
He's got a Whiptail and
And
he's
Ghost Reaper.
and the Ghost Reaper.
Yeah, it's just a Broad Ball and a Tenki on Petros' side. So Michael definitely in a bit of a better position here. Nothing that Petros can really do to stop him from just kicking everything off.
And yeah, Petros has not used his normal summon. Sorry, no, Michael's not used his normal summon. Petros only has 2,000 life points. I'm pretty sure Michael's going to be able to clean up this turn.
I think that this game may be over. We may be very well be going into game 2 very, very quickly, very suddenly.
Yeah.
Either Petros is going to scoop at this point, or he's just going to let everything happen. Yep, there goes the attack. He picks up his cards,
Yeah.
sees what is happening, and goes on to game 2. Now, again, out of these are in the top 4 of the best players in Europe currently. So big decisions to be made. Really high-level play that you're seeing. Now, they both have the side decks. Again, if you're new to Yu-Gi-Oh! In between games, they can change the cards in their decks with a small 15-card deck that they keep to one side.
Yeah.
So, what does Petros has that he will bring into the deck?
So he's going to get to go first here, so he's going to want plenty of trap cards because you got to set those to be able to play them. Solemn Strike, Imperial Order, 2 really great cards that he's going to be able to use. Possibly Twin Twisters we've seen. Flying Sea as well is a bit better for second, but some people like putting hand traps in first. That's it for Petros.
Michael is going to be looking at the Forbidden Chalices, Flying Seas, Kaijus. He could consider Anti-Spell Fragrance. He's also got free a Pointer of the Red Lotus in here. Is interesting tech, and he's got a magical deflector, a magic deflector.
Yeah, he does have that. Now, is there any reason for the Pointer of the Red Lotus? I know it's a very old card. We were talking about it last round. Can you just explain to us a little bit about why it's in there and what it's doing?
He gets to reveal his hand, pay 2,000 life points, take a card out of his opponent's hand, and this can be very, very disruptive because there's no real hand manipulation cards in the format, so it can completely catch you off guard there and shut down your turn, especially when you can come to these narrow situations where there's not exactly many cards left to play with. It's a very uncommon choice, to be honest. I'm interested to see how he'll use it.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of the things we've still not seen yet, although we have seen it on our radar so far, just not played. And Flying Sea making a big comeback. I remember seeing Flying Sea a long time ago, just to start disrupting some plays. And it's just a huge thing for, well, against any deck that wants to Xyz. And especially when you know that there isn't really any options in terms of synchro or anything like that, really floating about in these decks.
Yep, Flying Sea unfortunately going to fall massively out of popularity in the very near future after Link Summoning is introduced into the game. You do not want to give your opponent additional monsters to work with.
Most definitely not. Most definitely not. Players just there having a quick chat. One can only imagine what it is at this point that they're going to be thinking. They're just not even making eye contact whilst they shuffle each other's
There's
decks.
too much on the line. Like, I know these guys probably really want to be friendly. Yeah, he's saying, come on. No, Petros. He's on the back foot, and he's still showing good sportsmanship. And the judges are just going to have a
quick shuffle of both the decks.
Quick cut.
It's just a preventative measure at this level of play, just to make sure that everything is fine.
Petros is very eager to get started. He's nervous, but he's in good spirits.
Okay, so both in the deck zone, please. And draw the opening hand.
How's our match getting on, by the way? Do we have a result? Or?
Not seen anything yet.
Yes, Tom Payne versus Marcello Barberi. Both have been on stream. Tom actually twice, just simply because of how well he was doing. Okay, so let's draw opening hands and put them into our app here.
Yeah. Okay, so Petros here starting with the Rapier.
Yep, it is a Zoodiac Whiptail, Flying Sea, Soul Charge, Dimensional Barrier, and Zoodiac Rapier. The Flying Sea ready for his opponent. Out. Oh, looking at it, Michael also has one in hand that he's just laid down there. Here you go. Oh, you can have this. There's a Pot of Desire, Zoodiac Barrage, Zoodiac... doesn't seem right. There shouldn't be a Tiger Mortar in hand. I assume that's a different card. And Twin Twisters. I would be very concerned if there was a Tiger Mortar in hand.
Michael is very good at this game if you can draw a Tiger Mortar from the main deck. Huh. Oh, that card would be... no, I'm just trying to think how you'd reimagine that to work as just an effect monster.
Now, I don't think that Petros actually has much of a backup here since the Flying Sea hit the field. I think Dimensional Barrier is going to be his only real option just to set and then end his turn.
I'm just looking through his deck here. He's got various Kaijus plus double Dark Hole.
You can also destroy it with your Zoodiac Barrages if you hit those.
Yeah.
So I suppose there
Yeah.
is an element of risk of very quickly throwing a flying C at your opponent, but
Correct. I mean, in this immediate turn, there really isn't much that he can do.
It's 1-1 on table 2 at the moment. Martello versus Tom Payne.
will the unstoppable man finally be stopped
Yeah.
until the next tournament?
Marcello, the completely unstoppable juggernaut, taking it all the way through, completely undefeated in the tournament so far, not taking one last during Swiss against Tom Payne, our UK resident who's come over here, played in a last chance qualifier and happened to get into the tournament.
I know Marcello and Joshua Smith are good friends, and I'm wondering if he's going to go and go, so who's really the best player in Europe? I mean, I got to say, I won Italy, I won European, I even did commentary, so I didn't even need to get all those points.
Give me the apple, Joshua.
This
Give
guy's-
me the apple.
Maybe it's me that you should consider the best player in Europe at this point. And he'll be like, well, I made final 2 ICSs,
Cheeky.
and he'll be like, it doesn't matter, I was kind of in
European
that
champion.
table.
Cheeky. So down goes a Thoroughblade that must be what that Tiger Mortar actually was.
Yeah.
It's the same thing, right? Except one's a horse
And they start with a
one
T.
is a tiger with a giant cannon. Just playing and attacking, not even bothering to attempt for an XCs. I'm surprised that a Flying C didn't come down almost immediately, but there is a dimensional barrier right there.
Yeah, I imagine he didn't want to get caught by Solemn Strike or something while he was able to just guaranteed get the Raptor off the field. He doesn't
Yeah.
have another way of getting the Raptor off the field if he does fall into a trap of some description.
And
So,
do you necessarily want to get rid of your own Flying C straight away?
no, you've
Of
given that
course
to your
not.
opponent to generally make their life miserable.
Yeah, keep
Yeah.
a hold of that for a while.
Of course.
Like he'll now quite comfortably go into his XE plays, and because he's holding Soul Charge as well, he can. Wait, that's Petros' hand. Sorry.
Petros just needs to...
He's got. Michael's got the Zoodiac Barrage as well. So
Oh, yes,
even
he
if
does.
the Flying C did get thrown at him, he can take that out and go
Yeah.
filching.
I mean, he could have gone for a Twin Twisters here just to target it.
Yeah, so Michael's kind of... no, Petros is ensuring that Michael doesn't go into any kind of exceeds plays here.
Yeah, definitely.
He does just try to destroy the Free Blade because floating the Zoodiac Barrage is extremely irritating as an opponent to be knowing that you have an on-field commitment that you have to deal with. He takes himself some insurance. On its own, when it's not when you've got the Ram on the field on its own without a whole field, it's slightly less impressive because of the whip tail.
Yeah.
But that assumes that Petros has to get to the whip tail and remove the Flying C that he's currently holding.
Desires?
Part Desires, he's not going to see Ash Blossom. He's safe to assume that his opponent won't have that.
I'd still scare my opponent every time. Just be like, oh, can you just banish your 10 cards and then wait, please?
Okay, can you confirm those are 10 cards? Okay.
Definitely 10 cards.
He's counting them. He's like, how many Ash Blossom?
Appropriate.
Yeah.
With the rise of Pot Desires, I do wonder if someone goes with the spicy Mystical Rift panel at some point.
Ooh, that would be nice.
You banish 10, I draw 2.
Yeah.
Oh,
pretty strong.
yes. I'm betting that Petros wish that he'd packed some bug spray.
Yeah.
Oh, there is that card, was it? Insect Aerosol can. Destroy
That's
all
the one.
insects on the field.
Yep.
Insect repellent.
That's the one. So there are the cards on table for Michael.
Is there any good level 4 Earth insect monsters?
Retaliating C.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm trying to think if you could just transmodify the one they give you and if there's something you could do with it, but to give you then the rank 4 option, but then you're not going to play that on anything until your opponent gives you a Flying C.
No.
So
Yeah, it's a little bit specific.
Incredibly specific, I would
too niche, unfortunately. May as well just play enemy controller so you can get rid of it, take your opponent's guy, and start running for the door.
say. Is Boba Boon a Beast Warrior?
Baba Boon. It's level 3 though, isn't it?
Yeah, so if you transmogrify it, you get any Zoodiac card.
Oh, yeah. Oh, you
If
mean,
he was Beast Warrior.
Yeah, if you want
I don't
to
think- I don't
play
think
it
he's a Beast Warrior, is he?
No, I believe he might be a plant. It would make sense that he
Yeah,
would
it
be.
makes sense it was a plant.
Just don't know off the top of my head. Okay, so set there is My Buddy's a Shield and Twin Twisters.
And he also has a card in hand to discard as well. And he's got Ghost Ogre and Snow Rabbit in Michael's hand.
Yeah, and Petros still has his own flying sea to disrupt any plays that may want to happen.
He's got the Whip Tail. That was a frustrated way of throwing out that Whip Tail.
It's a very kind of passionate place to be at the moment. He
Yeah,
really wants this win.
Yeah, I mean, whoever wins this is going to the World Championships.
Yeah, it's absolutely huge.
It's Ghost Ogre. Oh, he hasn't used his normal summon. Does he play any synchro options?
He does not.
Does he not play the Star Discharge Warrior?
No.
Nope.
It's a
Plays
missed opportunity.
Gaga Samurai.
Yeah, but he can't make that. He, if he had the synchro option, he would be able to get that flying sea off the table.
Yeah, honestly, it's flex space that would be Charge Warrior is Gaga Samurai.
Well, it may have served him throughout the rest of the tournament, so I don't want to say he's wishing he went the other direction at this point.
Yeah. Yeah. You guys may be able to hear some tidying up going on in the hall.
That is because we are at the end of the day.
Yeah, the venue staff
so the
taking away
staff
all the
are
chairs.
taking away all the chairs and tables because everybody else is kind of finished for every other event. We currently just have the semi-finals and then the finals going on in the feature match area.
Yeah, I mean, the guys are going to want to get home at some point today, so they're going to take the opportunity now to pack up all the tables and chairs that we're no longer using.
As it is actually now 8:15.
So sorry
yeah.
if that comes through for you guys.
Yeah. Yeah, okay. Apparently you guys can't hear it.
We do really apologize for that. And he gives his opponent a flying sea. Problem is, Michael does have the barrage he can use.
Yeah, we're going to try and stop the chairs.
They can at least do the other end of the hall.
Yeah, I mean, there's quite a few chairs.
We had
302 players?
19, I think, by the end of the late registration.
19.
I believe so.
Wow. Down comes that flying sea just after an Xyz play.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then Ghost Ogre's the barrage.
Oof. Not kind.
Yeah, there we go.
Yeah, that was rough. Now he's caught in the same situation as his opponent.
Yeah, hopefully the chairs have stopped now. Yeah, I can actually see all of the people who were stacking chairs suddenly stopped, and they're all stood in a little huddle. So
enjoy the final matches.
Yeah.
Go watch them. Petros has a soul charge in hand, but again, he's got no way of dealing with that flying sea.
He's just entering a stalemate now.
Yeah, both players are going to struggle to get rid of that flying sea. It's pretty clear why these guys have been, got through to this point in the tournament.
There's a whip tail through.
What are the outs in Michael's deck, Matt?
Michael, after deciding, if he's got the Kaiju's, he's got the tribute option. Forbidden Chalice, he could negate the flying sea.
Yeah.
Potentially. He has free enemy controller to just grab his opponent's guy and get rid of it. He's got the Zoodiac Barrages, although we have seen one of them go away.
Yeah.
He could use some kind of play of Torrential Tribute.
Yeah.
There's also no synchro option in this deck either to make use of the many level 3 tuners he's playing.
So sorry guys, it seems that you need to strap in as this is a bit more of a grind game than we were probably expecting.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think it's on par with expectations. I think our other game is definitely going to finish before this.
So let's take a look at the poll. What do you guys think? Michael Forner is still up by 20%. 65% to 35%. in favour of Michael Forner.
Petros needs
30%
to make
there
a
for Michael.
play.
30%. Why am I talking about 20% for?
Or is it Michael's turn right now? They've kind of not changed the state for a while.
Yeah. I think it may be Petros' turn.
I think it's Petros' turn because he's drawn the solemn
It
strike.
is, yes. He drew into that solemn strike.
Yep. Yeah, he needs to make a timely play.
Yeah, it's one of those things where they can't really figure out what to do from here because there really isn't that many line of plays. They are just taking a while to take every single play.
Yeah, I mean, it's as soon as you destroy, you've got to be destroying your opponent's flying C and then, well, your own flying C you gave to your opponent, and then getting rid of all their life points, all in one swift motion.
The longer it goes on, the harder that gets because of all of the back row that's involved in these matchups.
Yeah, so we've just been told that a slow play warning has been applied.
Yep, as it should have been.
Yeah, they are playing very slowly.
I do appreciate this is the
Okay.
top cut, but this is Yu-Gi-Oh! Is a game designed to be played under time limits. And
Yep.
those time limits must be respected because that's what everyone else had to play with throughout the whole weekend.
Yeah,
Okay, so the Thoroughblade there. What's Thoroughblade's defense? 0.
0, yeah.
So why is Thoroughblade now in defense?
He just doesn't want to take damage.
Yeah, it is a decent question. How long is left on time?
Let's take a look. About 8 minutes. Yeah, about 8 minutes.
Game 3 is going to come down to the wire if we get there. Oh, there's the whiptail. Take out the free blade. Yeah, if he's committing to these attacks, he's going to remove the flying C. Michael doesn't have another flying C in his hand, but he does have forbidden
Apocrypha.
Apocrypha as well to stop opponent's potential comeback.
Yep. That Broad will just attack for 100 damage.
That is 100 points that you are going to take, my friend.
Hey, if that was the earlier game with Ruben in time, he would have won the game. So, yeah,
That's true.
absolute difference made.
Okay, so that soul charge is there. What else are they going to draw into?
He's now got the options without the flying C, but looking at his opponent's back row, that's quite scary. He drew into my body as a shield.
Yeah, I feel like at the moment that you feel that you have better back row than your opponent, then you can just destroy your own flying Z and then be like, okay, sure, yeah, play through my back rows first.
That's it. That's exactly what he signaled to his opponent, that he believes the back row is better than what Petros could try to do during his turn.
Yeah.
But yeah, Petros,
There's the soul charge.
he's not in a position where he can just pass that turn and just take the damage. He risks outright losing the game, so he's going to commit heavily into this soul charge.
Yep, he's going with 3,
Yeah, that makes sense.
including the Ghost Ogre. Ghost Ogre can work from field as well, can it not?
You can
Yeah.
send it from the field to the graveyard to
Yeah, absolutely.
negate the effects. Well, not
I know, it
negate,
just
but
destroys the
destroy
card.
them. Yeah, sorry.
Yeah.
No battle phase this turn.
No, but he is going to be able to get some Zoo combo in here.
Yeah, he's not the one facing down the flying C anymore.
Maybe you should have taken it a hint that his opponent allowed him to start playing there.
Petros is
Yeah.
in a position where he has to soul charge, and if he's going to soul charge, he's going to play big. His face down card is a solemn strike, and his hand in
Oh,
hand
he now has
card is
my body as a shield. That's perfect
my
for
body
him.
shield. Yeah, I mean
Yeah.
this allows him to play into, say, Mirror Force or Torrential Tribute, but
Yeah.
just simply passing the last turn was just not something he could really afford to do.
Okay, we got 9 minutes remaining. My ability to subtract 2 numbers may have been in question.
Would you say it's better now or better then?
Okay, Marcello won. And he is going into the final, meaning something happens.
Yeah, I think Danielle Stella is now going to the World Championships.
That's congratulations to him.
So yeah,
Yes.
so Danielle Stella did nothing.
Well, he was here.
Well, he was here, but he did nothing at the end of the event. So then he's kind of sat with his feet up at the moment, waiting, just waiting to find out. So yeah, congratulations. And Marcello's still undefeated, actually, now I think about it. That's even more impressive. Yeah, so we're going to see...
Oh, he's going to be
He's
winding
gonna
up
be-
Joshua Smith for a long time if he wins this
He's
one.
going to be over the
Yeah.
moon.
Yeah.
When we did that interview with him, he basically just said, there's never been anybody that's been undefeated all the way to the final, and I want
No.
to be that person.
Yeah. So, yeah, this is pretty crazy. So we got 2 Italians going to the World Championships.
Yeah.
And it looks like Michael may end up taking the 3rd slot unless Petros can push this one forward because he's running dangerously low on time and his life points are at a deficit.
Yeah, absolutely.
Although he is waiting with that my body as a shield. I think that if the Apocrypha comes down, if we're getting into time, he would need to consider whether playing it is his best option. But then even then he has to. It would just be on so low life points, 1,800 life points. Unless Michael tries to force something that it may be with the Ghost Ogre and Snow Rabbit.
Yeah, awesome. That's a really clever move, actually,
Petros
to get that back.
needs to hurry this up. He's taking too long.
Really, really needs to hurry up.
Yeah, I mean, he's in a tough spot here. Both players are kind of in a tough spot. They're both grinding out here.
It's a tough spot, but again, that time limit and the rules are very strict about it.
Yeah, I mean, it's difficult because I know I've played these difficult decks with lots of actions, but everyone else is under this same time limit, and it's a difficult thing because the player who decided he was going to play Cosmo and be able to get his moves over and done with real quick, he played that for a reason. If you're going to play Zoodiac, you should still be able to make your moves in such a short amount of time. Otherwise, it's
Regardless
just
how
unfair.
complicated the game is, you have to make all your plays in a reasonable time.
Yeah. It's not like he hasn't been playing it for like 13 rounds in a row.
No, I can totally sympathize with that, but the rules are the same for everyone. Is that going to be My Body's a Shield from Michael? My Body's a Shield.
Yep, there it is. And my shoddy. Wait.
No. That doesn't work.
He played Trident and then it got my bodied.
Yeah, but My
Yep.
Body's a Shield. Oh, it protects monsters, so he's protecting
Yeah,
his
yeah.
monster from that. Yep. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, sorry. You couldn't use it on spells and traps. That was the
1,800
situation that came up yesterday.
Yeah, but you can't use it on when spells and traps are going to be destroyed, but you can use it when my body is going to destroy
Your monster.
your monster.
Guys, it's my body. And he's like, no, it's mine. They just both jump in front of the same guy.
Still only 1,800 life points. And now that the My Body is a Shield is definitely gone, Forbidden Apocrypha is live.
Yeah, absolutely.
Apocrypha doesn't actually destroy, it sends them to the
Sends,
graveyard.
yeah.
Oh, yeah, it does. There's your Throw Blade. Hope you like it in the graveyard.
That Flying Sea is putting so much work in.
Really is.
Turn by turn, Michael Forner's just unable to do much.
Petros going to put himself dangerously low if he uses his Solemn Strike.
Yeah, he doesn't really have the option anymore.
What's the attack of Flying Sea, by the way?
The attack of Flying Sea is 700, I believe.
Yep, so if he does use Solemn Strike, there is every chance that a direct attack from Flying Sea could clean it up.
Yeah, I mean, Petros is getting dangerously low on life points.
And again,
Just
Forbidden Apocrypha is just going to completely wipe the board.
Yeah, a sneaky bobber can always cause issues.
That is, if Michael could play it.
There we go. A lot of Zoodiacs going in the graveyard. There is a Zoodiac combo in Petros' graveyard, so he'll be able to shuffle back a number of cards and then get another draw out of it.
Yeah, that big Apocrypha.
Yeah, stripping many materials in addition to the XE monsters.
Yeah, absolutely. Took away so many resources.
And he still does have that Whiptail in hand.
Yeah, I think so. We're seeing combo here. May as well. He may as well play it. You know, why not play it now? Especially when you put in that many Exceed monsters back. You may as well play it now.
He did normal summon this turn, I believe, as well.
Yeah.
It was a while ago. I remember he soul charged,
Yeah.
Yes.
and that's where the 3 monsters came from. I can't remember if there was
May
a...
not have normal summoned then.
No, I don't think he's used his normal summon, because the soul charge was Ghost Ogre, Free Blade, and another monster, and then he started building his XE plays.
Which
basically.
means that the Whiptail is live.
But he has used many of his once per turn one material overlay effects.
Yes, it's true.
Yeah.
But so Ghost Ogre and Snow Rabbit is also still in Michael's hand, sat waiting to get rid of anything that may want to start activating effects.
Yeah. This Ghost Ogre is going to cause issues, though. It's got a lot of defense
It
points.
has got a lot of defense
problem
points,
is
and we're heading over to Michael's turn, and I wonder if there's anything he can do. He's got his Tenki, so he's going to go ahead and find something.
Yeah. I guess he can banish it with Whiptail. Using an Exceed monster. Oh, no. What
Can't
am
get
I
to
talking
it.
about?
Can't
Yeah, Flying
Exceed.
Sea.
So setting...
It's going defensive.
everything
Yeah,
to
he
defense,
realizes end of match
setting
procedure
a
coming
card.
soon.
Yeah.
and then waiting it out.
So, yeah, I think we're around 1 or 2 minutes, no more than 3 minutes away from the end of time here. Petros just asking him what's going on, which one's he set.
Now, the problem here is Michael doesn't have anything else to... well, he's got a Twin Twister that he can use.
Yeah.
And he's got his Ghost Ogre and Snow Rabbit.
I think Michael's just been able to slowly get his resources together, even though he's got a Flying Sea on the board.
I think this game's just been played too slowly, to be honest, and that's why they're now in a time situation. But a warning was issued,
Yeah.
and the judges would upgrade the penalty if they felt it was necessary.
Ghost Ogre on the Thoroughblade.
And that was the normal summon for the turn,
Yeah.
meaning that there isn't actually all that much that they can do about it.
Solemn Strike.
Oh yeah, of course.
Okay, it's
Solemn
going down
Strike.
to 300.
300 life points.
Literally anything, anything. You could waft him with a leaf and he would he would fall over at this point.
Hmm.
I mean,
Maybe he should have played that Twin Twister and just got rid of the board. He has two,
yeah.
Yeah, he could have Twin Twisted and took out the...
and that's the first turn of time.
Yep.
That's not something you want to see when you've just hit 300 life points.
Absolutely not.
But his extra deck is open, and he did just put a bunch of resources back with the Zoodiac combo.
And he's just running to Upstart Goblin, another card you definitely don't want to see when you just hit 300 life points.
No.
In time.
Yeah, I think that purely on the end of time procedure here, we may see Michael Forner going through and taking that trip to the World Championships.
His heart must be going a million beats a minute
Yeah,
right now.
both
Because
of these players.
Petros is not out yet, but Michael is definitely in the lead.
He
Yeah.
has his own Ghost Ogre Snow Rabbit, and he's just running to a Barrage.
Oh, okay, and he has a Tenki he can get rid of, which then means he's got a lot of options open to him.
Yeah, he's got 2 turns, so this is the first turn. He's got another turn in time. 300 life points, though. You just got to get over anything. He's got to attack over basically anything.
Even if he wins this, he's got to play Sudden Death.
Yeah. That's true. So what have we got for Michael Forner on the back rows here? Are they real?
Twin Twisters.
Just Twin Twisters.
Right. So
So he can take out the Tenki and the Barrage if
Yeah.
Petros goes for that.
what cards he got in his hands that you can discard?
There is a Whiptail in Michael's, and Petros has got a Ghost Ogre and a
Okay.
Barrage.
So he's going to have to pitch his whiptail for the twin twisters, but I
Yeah.
think that's a reasonable trade.
Ooh, Petros has a whiptail in hand now.
Yeah, I mean, I can hear Italians shouting.
I assume that's for
Michael.
Michael or even
Marcello, yeah.
Marcello.
This is the last chance to present a proof of nationality for the World Championship.
I don't know if that came through, but players are required to prove their nationality in regards to the points system, and there were a couple of people that were high up on the list that hadn't confirmed their nationality, which they need to do as part of the requirement in order, by the end of this tournament, to be included in these world seats.
Yep.
Yeah.
Remember the good old days of Cowboy?
Yeah, those were the days.
They still weren't the days when the Flying C is sat there.
Yeah, that's true.
Unless he draws into that barrage. But even then,
He's burned through one of the barrages, but he could...
Ghost Ogre.
Yeah, there's a Ghost Ogre to stop that. And I don't know if Michael came in with the Kaijus, but he's not going to have the tribute fodder.
I just think this is a bit too much of an ask over the course of 2 turns with 3 monsters that you got to get through as well. You got to inflict 7,200 damage.
It can be done.
It's a bit of damage, isn't it?
But turn 1 was Petros, so he only gets one more attacking turn after this. Yeah, so he gets the 2 turns to go with this.
It's a Ram set as well.
Petros is obviously just, taking his absolute time with this because he wants to make sure that he doesn't, get home and think, I could have been going to the World Championships if I did X, Y, and Z.
The thing is, even in end of match procedure, you can still be issued slow play warnings.
Yeah, absolutely.
A lot of players think as soon as you get to end of match procedure, it's like, oh, I will guarantee this number of turns, so it doesn't matter. But that's not actually the case. You still have to complete your turns in a reasonable pace.
And there's the twin twisters.
Yeah.
Stopping the
And
barrage.
he's going to put the barrage under the Chaka 9.
Mhm.
Yeah, he's really taking his time.
I really hope he figures it out, but he has to do it pretty quickly. He's got plenty of resources to work with. Thing is, if he attacks here, he unlocks his opponent's extra deck.
I mean, his options are limited at this point.
It's a Ram that's going to get banished. Another Whiptail.
Just in case. Yeah, so it's the Ram. Yeah, so he can do a reasonable amount of damage. Yeah, I mean, over the course of 2 turns, he may be able to take this. It's going to be a tall ask, though.
Does he leave the Flying C here? That's a question. And then use the following turn with as many resources as possible to just try and do
I think
the
pop
rest.
it.
He's got piercing because of the free blade, so he has actually made the deficit a little easier to manage. But if he does take out the Flying C, well, he can't get a direct attack anyway, because he'd remove one with the Trident,
Yeah,
and then have to attack the other defense one. So he
Yeah.
attacks the Whiptail here, leaves the Flying C.
Yeah, actually, I think leave the Flying C. Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah. Okay, he's not listening to his man. There's no point in him doing it because Flying C has bigger defense than Whiptail. If Flying C had less defense than Whiptail, then it would make sense. Okay, sure. So he's inflicting less damage.
He is going. Okay, he's doing it this way.
Pretty sure Flying Sea has 700 defense as well.
He does.
It
So
does.
they just inflicted less.
Whiptail doesn't pierce unless it's an XE material.
Oh, I thought you were talking about Thoroughblade.
Furblade, sorry. Yep. Sorry, Furblade doesn't pierce unless it's an XE
Oh,
material.
okay.
I believe it is an Xyz material.
No, it's the one on the left.
Okay, there's the second turn. What was that you just said?
Oh,
there?
wow,
I
Michael
believe?
just set and pass. What did he...
I don't know.
you haven't
It
seen it
hasn't
yet.
come up.
He's got
I'm dying to know where it is.
Tenki.
What's the
Petros might be taking this onto sudden death game 3.
Torrential Tribute.
Oh.
Oh my God.
Oh,
That's
is
going to
he-
be the crushing way of ending this tournament.
Yeah.
Well, ending Petros' run if
What's-
Petros summons into it.
What's the attack points of Dryden right now?
Dryden is 16 plus 12 plus 12.
4,000.
Yeah.
So he could just attack.
Yeah,
and
he
win.
could just attack with both and he wins.
Is he going to
No,
do
it's,
it?
wait, that's right. And he's got the far formation Tenki.
Oh, is
four-
he going to play
4,000
something? 'Cause he thinks
4,100.
Step back. Although he could just use Dryden to pop it. I don't know.
No, he can't pop his fist down. You can just attack. If he attacks
Yeah,
with all
he
his
can't.
monsters, he wins.
So if he summons,
If he summons, he loses.
He loses.
If he attacks, he wins.
He's just put a card face down in front of him.
I think he got Ram
There's the
Ram.
ghost.
Yeah, it's
Oh, what's going to happen?
it's
It's
just
so
it's
tense.
It's cringeworthy. If he summons right now, he gets torrentialed and loses.
That's just he just has to attack. So surely, oh maybe he's considered about Mirror Force.
He could be
But
considering a
mi-
Mirror
mi-
Force
Mirror
because he set one in the past.
Doesn't matter. Mirror Force is irrelevant. You have to just ignore the fact it's Mirror Force. You have to. You cannot play around Mirror Force, but you can
Oh,
play
he
around
summoned-
torrential.
Oh,
That's it. That's it. That's game over.
He did it.
Wait. He's taking a look. He's just making sure this Torrental's going to seal the deal.
Yeah, it absolutely is.
Oh.
Yeah, this is going to be it. Petros
He's
is
just
going
checking
What
the
can
graveyard.
he do if he doesn't use the Torrental? If he uses the Torrental, I can use Ram Ram to bring back.
I think the players just saw that he summoned the Ram Ram.
Very possibly.
Yeah, but obviously Petros doesn't know right now.
I think he may now know that he's done something.
Yeah.
Oh, maybe he's
the
thinking
question
that's
is,
people cheering
Michael's
for
waiting.
him.
Michael's waiting. He's not confident.
Oh,
He's still going for that graveyard. He needs to make a decision. He's taking too long.
This is it, surely. Is it torrential? Is it 100% torrential
it's
tribute?
100% torrential tribute.
How is this taking so long to decide?
I think he's concerned about his opponent setting up another combo.
He has to. He has to flip it.
Yeah,
Oh
Torrental.
my
There it
God.
is.
There it is.
Oh
About
my
time.
god.
About
Oh.
time.
Petros just.
Yeah, to put it back there.
It's not resolved yet. I might have something.
He has nothing.
What does he have?
He doesn't.
He has nothing.
He's going to consider
Oh
every
my.
possibility, but now he has to read. He could have just pushed.
He could have
Could've
just
just
pushed
pushed.
both
He
Could
monsters.
have just attacked.
There-
Oh,
Now
and
everyone
there's
else
the
is caught.
crowd
Torrential
hearing it.
Tribute.
Oh my
Oh
word.
my.
Yeah, that is double Whiptail under his Dryden, right? So
Yeah.
he had 16, 12,
Yeah,
12.
he had enough
He had
attack.
enough. He just pushed.
All he needed to do was just attack, and that was it. It was done. He didn't do it.
He would have got to the game
He's
three.
played. That's it. He's just. He can't. I don't believe he can believe it himself.
Yeah.
Oh,
He just
wow.
won't destroy his monsters. Like.
You know what? They need to wrap this up. This is taking too long, and he's going to take out a Tenki.
Yeah. Sure. Why not?
I don't know how many resources he has left. That extra deck looks pretty slim. To whether or not he can build up another 5/5 field.
Yeah. I mean,
Wow.
Petros here looks visually upset.
Michael looks like his heart is racing. Look
Yeah.
at his leg. Look at his leg under the
Just put
table.
down the Thoroughblade.
Yeah, he's got Furblade, and he can start now making up the combos. He only has to make 5/5, but he did
Yeah,
just
50,
throw
5,200.
he did just throw his lethal amount of damage straight
Yeah.
into the graveyard.
Yeah.
I know he's that's what he was doing. He was
Counting the
Michael was
extra deck.
counting out the
Yeah.
extra deck. That was what he was looking at to see can he do it, because as a Tiger Mortar, is there another Tiger Mortar to then add more attack points?
He's got
Bobo?
Bobo. I don't think he's got it here. I can't count it because I don't know where he's in his graveyard, but I think that's it. Michael here is obviously just counting everything.
There's two. I see two Tiger Mortars, right? How many's he got on his list?
2.
Okay,
So they're
so
all gone.
Chaka 9 is going to try and get a Trident. Trident.
Ram, then Trident on top of the Chaka 9. Is that enough? I don't think it's enough.
That's 16 2000. Plus, if he destroys it, 36. I'm counting because he's got.
Plus the tanky.
Oh.
I think he's still
He's still
away
shy of
by,
damage.
like-
Oh, he does have the Tiger Mortar.
Oh, okay. Maybe we didn't see the third.
I think he can still get this.
Okay, yeah. Possibly. Tiger Mortar adding
Yeah.
another.
Free Blade.
Yeah, third blade. That's
Oh,
32,
that's-
3,300, 3,700 with Ram, then the Trident on top, and then, 1,200 and add the.
Yeah,
so
is that
it's
it?
going to be enough. It's
Attack,
gonna-
yeah.
Is that just enough?
That is enough, yeah. 400, then.
500 because of the tanky.
500 because of Tenki, and then 1,300 because of the Whiptail, and then Whiptail under Trident. That's it. That is enough.
Yeah,
Wow.
He's
Still
still
has
going to
it.
push it. Wow, even in
Wow.
the torrential.
Even from the brink.
I didn't realize he had a third.
Wow.
Another Tiger Mortar.
I didn't realize he had the other Tiger Mortar. Wow.
Oh my!
What a skin of his
Wow.
teeth. Petros does manage to
that's
push
it.
this into a game 3.
They're both. I think both of these players are just stunned that they can't even do basic math right now. Wow! And then attack. Oh,
wow.
Crowd is
my!
going wild in the background.
Even through torrential tribute,
Yeah, that was a close way to almost shave the game.
we can see the. Let's take a look at the players here. I want to see.
Yeah. Michael.
Petros is
What's
clearly.
Michael's face down?
That's enough. Yeah,
Yeah,
Michael's
Twin
he's a Twin
Twister.
Twister.
That's it.
He doesn't have any cards in hand.
no
He can't
hand,
even
so
take
he
out
can't
the
take on
additional damage off
Tenki,
of the
no.
Tenki.
Yeah.
So
Mark
that
it down.
is
Yeah, it's
us
game
going
3.
into game 3.
Game 3, sudden death.
Wow.
Well
I think-
recovered by Petros.
Yeah, I think just everybody in the room's got to figure out what's going on.
I mean, I don't know why it took Michael so long on the Torrential Tribute, because there was definitely lethal facing him, and if he
Yeah,
doesn't do it,
absolutely.
he loses.
Yeah.
And if he takes it, he has every chance that his opponent throws it away there. But it took a while, but we got there, and we're going to go to a sudden death, game 3.
And Petros looks like he just rolled a 6 there to a 2. So Petros he
gets to
is
choose.
so happy. Look at that.
Michael Forner here looks visually upset.
Yeah, I mean, for him, he was in control of that game, put his opponent down to 300 life points, and the taking out the Flying Sea to pressing all the damage turned out to be his downfall. Four turns to decide who goes to Worlds.
Yeah, that is crazy.
So 4 turns decides this.
Wow.
The game is on. I'm hoping Michael's morale hasn't been
Yeah, pretty.
crippled by that. What did the guys in the chat, what did they think of that? I could hear what it was like out here.
Yeah, I think people are freaking out.
That chat looks like it's moving pretty fast.
Yeah, there's Salt, there's Rip Dreams, there's a lot of there's a lot of chat.
He's asking, do I get to side deck, I believe. But they,
I don't believe you do in this case.
Yeah, I yeah, they're asking some question.
questions about the procedures.
Yeah, I think so. So this is it. If you're just joining us, this is sudden death. So there's 4 turns. So whoever starts gets turn 1, then 2, 3, 4. So both players get 2 turns.
But
Then,
one player only gets 1 attack phase.
yeah, correct. And then at the end of that last turn, the 4th turn, at the end of the end phase, you then compare the life points. If they're both the same, then you continue. If they're not, then obviously whoever's higher wins. Then from then on, each end of the turn, you will compare the life points. Whoever's higher wins, whether it's going up or going down. Whoever's highest. So I think Petros is going to be starting here. I mean, this is a massive advantage for Petros to start.
He
Start
does go with
gauntlet.
the upstart. He gets one battle phase, and he's going to make it 1,000 points higher on his opponent.
Okay. So that is immediately giving your opponent the lead, essentially.
Oh, wow. Michael has Max C, Flying C, Ghost Ogre, and Snow Rabbit. The rest of his hand hasn't loaded in.
Oh,
And
my.
Petros drew My Body as a Shield. Not a good place to be here unless you're pushing out. He has got the Rappeteer.
If he chooses the Ghost Ogre and then it gets my bodied, that's really bad. But if
Well, he
flying
does
sees-
that, and then he flying sees the next monster. That's a perfectly viable play that
No, if
burns
he-
resources.
Yeah,
He just
flying
goes for
sees
flying
straight
seas.
in.
I think so, yeah. If he plays Ghost Ogre and then gets my bodied, that would be slightly worse.
Yeah, every single play is
Yeah.
being jeered at right now.
Every card.
Michael has enemy controller as well, so he's got a way of sneaking damage in, and he's got that Torrential Tribute
Yeah,
by turning his flying sea into attack and being able to run over it.
yeah. So Radpier sending the combo.
But-
Oh, wow. The entire hall here is completely freaking out because
They're-
obviously they can see the cards loading in.
They're losing their marbles, as
Yeah.
it were.
Yeah. The hall here is just going absolutely mental.
We're not even on the final match.
No,
yet.
we're not.
Yeah. But whoever wins this is going to the World Championships.
Yeah, this is about as tense as it gets.
Yeah. If Michael Forner wins here, that's going to be sent. We're going to be sending 3 Italians to the World
Oh,
Championships.
he has the barrage, so he can get rid of the flying sea.
Yeah. It does have Ghost Ogre though.
Yeah, he could Ghost Ogre the barrage.
And will he?
Yeah, this is the correct way.
Got to.
sequence.
He has to. 100%.
There
Yeah.
it is.
Yeah.
He can Forbidden Chalice his own.
He
That
can
flying
Forbidden
sea.
Chalice the flying sea, yeah.
And then just carry on
That's
playing.
a temporary measure though.
It is.
But he can make
Yeah,
a
pop
chain.
it
But the
with
problem
Dryden,
is he'll do that, and then he'll get hit by the Max C.
Yeah, which would be really disastrous.
Wow, Michael just with the best possible hand he could probably get right now.
Yeah, really. Especially after that Upstart Goblin.
There it is. Oh, Forbidden Chalice. This is as back and forth as it can get. And Michael hasn't had a chance to have a turn yet.
So Forbidden Chalice.
I think
Plays
he
Forbidden
Maxi.
Chalice and then just basically goes, are you going to do anything about that?
Yeah, Maxi. He should throw down the Maxi here.
No, he shouldn't. Absolutely not.
What do you mean he absolutely should not?
Because then he just stops. Michael has no cards. Michael's got nothing.
Yeah, but then if he passes the turn, he's stuck with the Flying Sea.
He's still got 700 attack points though.
He's got an enemy controller, a Torrential Tribute. He's got a very high
it's-
chance of drawing
Yeah, that's true.
some gas.
Yeah. I'll have to see what happens here. There's various ways
he-
this can go.
If he waits for the +1 on the Max C, I think this is a huge risk that Michael will be taking. I think he should throw the Max C at it now and hope on the next draw. Because Petros is going to be leaving a 0 attack monster
yeah, I don't like the idea of my world seat being on
on the
Hope.
next draw of a card.
on hook.
How many times has this happened to people though? It's all come down
Yeah.
to the next card.
Honestly, I would rather just keep the
Would
max.
you, if you Petros, would you stop? So if the Max C gets thrown at you, you have no idea what the other 2 cards in your opponent's hand is. You've got a 0 attack monster in play.
Yeah. Yet again, you were putting your world seat down to down to chance at that point.
He's putting it down to chance by not playing the Max C here.
This is crazy. This idea. I don't know what is the correct move here. It's just neither does Petros.
Petros is like, please just make a decision. And Michael needs to. Michael needs to decide. Is he going to Max C the Forbidden Chalice or is he not? I think he should, but he chose not to. Okay, that's the play.
Hammer Kong.
He's going to go for when he put the Hammer Kong in attack mode. I am surprised.
This is just so tense. Yeah, I think he's going for the plus.
He goes for the Dryden, so now he
Whoa.
can take out the Flying Sea.
Yeah, surprised he didn't do more combo before then doing that.
Based on how long he made him wait, he might actually be taking a read of
Max C.
Max C.
That insane. That then means it all comes down to what Michael Forner draws.
And, yep, I destroyed this. You're not doing anything about it.
Yeah, Petros sets those two. Michael Forner definitely isn't playing cards because Dimensional Barrier. But then Petros just has to inflict 1,000 damage, and then enough.
1001.
Guys, go to the channel and vote. Tell us, who do you think's going to win?
I think he should have maxied. I really do. Because he'd be in 2 cards right now. Because Petros would have to get rid of the Flying Sea. Otherwise, he's risking himself just getting his rapier run over. So he would have given him 2 cards.
Yeah, I think Petros here made the perfect.
Yeah.
kind of
Petrov goes.
perfect
And
move.
he, based on how long Michael took before passing.
Yeah, he actually read Max C. That is insane.
Yeah, well, I think Michael just gave that information away by hesitating too long.
Yeah. I mean, of course, there's no other opportunity for him to use the cards off Max C. There's literally no other opportunity because he's not going to have enough turns.
He gets Michael gets 2 attacking turns. Does Petros just set pass? That seems pretty bad. Yeah, he's read the maxi and he's not gonna play into that.
Yeah, I think set pass is the best move.
2.
Turn 2.
But there's Torrential Tribute, enemy controller,
And a whiptail.
Whiptail.
Okay, the whiptail was the miracle draw.
So what he can do is that could get
Skin
really
barrier.
bad. Is he'll summon the Whiptail, try to attack, Trident will detach.
Enemy controller.
Then he'll go to enemy controller. Then he'll go. Petros will go Dimensional Barrier, and then he'll get his Whiptail back. And then Michael will set the Torrential Tribute, and have the Max C, and try and force his opponent into a Torrential Tribute, and then use his last turn to attack. That's how I think the match will go based on the information I have in front of me.
Yeah, the crystal ball is definitely.
I don't know if you guys see something different on the chat, but
No, I totally see that exact line of play happening, Matt. Honestly, with the limited information we have, I think that is it.
that seems the most logical.
Yeah, absolutely.
Unless Michael goes normal summon, no response, upgrade to Dryden. I mean, that's a
would you
possibility.
just attack with Whiptail?
It's a tough one.
Because if Michael then realizes I need to make a read on Dim Barrier, then he's going to exceed.
He's going to go straight for the XE and then then he can go for the attack and then use his his Dryden in response. Oh, it's tough. Sets a card before the battle phase. Okay.
That's the torrential.
He's clearly not scared of Flashbang. Oh, he is scared of Flashbang.
He might
sorry.
just set Torrential Pass. Maybe he's read the Dimensional Barrier. No.
What's he doing?
Sets 2.
Setting the enemy controller as well. And he's setting
The Whiptail. Okay, he's decided. I've got 9,000 life points. I've read the Dimensional Barrier.
Yeah, he's going to try and...
Maxi is
so
the start of the
Maxi right
turn.
there.
It's Petros' last turn. So
He's going to try and
He has
just
to
use
play
enemy
into that
controller. Yeah, he's just going to use enemy controller to try and win the game here by taking whatever...
he's got Torrential Tribute, then enemy controller. That's the way that Michael wins the game.
Yeah, but I think, definitely
Plus-
enemy controller first.
Michael still has 1 remaining turn, so Petros really doesn't want him to start drawing cards.
No. First, he's got 2 lines of defense. First, the enemy controller.
He's
Rapier?
attached to target. Oh, he's touching Rapier for
Rapier.
Rapier effect.
Rarely seen, but detaching something from Dryden not to use Dryden's effect.
Yeah, he doesn't take control of the Dryden here. That doesn't do anything. I don't know
No,
what
no, no, absolutely
Michael. I don't know what
Definitely
was drawn. Oh, it's a Ghost Ogre for Petros.
I think in the battle phase. In the battle phase is when you use enemy controller, not a second sooner. Not a single second sooner.
Yeah, he's got Torrential first. Petros only has 1 card in hand. In actual fact, if he summons the Brew Ball and then Torrential's used, he has no way of getting the damage.
Don't torrential first. Take your opponent's monster with enemy controller.
You think so?
Yes.
Michael,
Take your opponent's biggest monster with enemy controller in the battle phase. Or if it does get too much where the field is in such a way where taking your opponent's monster with enemy controller isn't the play, then yes, you would have to TT. But he's ahead on life points. Michael Forner literally just has to pass his next turn.
yeah, if he can keep that 1,000-point lead,
He just takes his opponent's biggest monster with enemy controller.
he could. He doesn't know what the face down cards are, I suppose. That's one of the gambles of going torrential now and saying, okay, I've got the enemy controller for your one monster.
Yeah.
Because if it turns out to be more than one monster, then he puts
Yeah.
himself in a position where he is top decking.
Yeah. Or if he TTs and then suddenly he's also got barrage, then suddenly he's lost it.
Yeah.
All he has to do is summon 2 monsters with greater than 1,000 attack points, and that's it. That's not too much of an ask. But that Desires is going to make not much of a difference.
Michael can set up. Well, he's got to play for a dimensional barrier. So his only attacking turn is he gets no XE monsters to work with.
But I think it's not even going to get to that.
Michael's way of winning is leveraging that 1,000-point lead from the upstart goblin.
Yeah. Which is crazy to think.
Would you be kicking yourself that you were playing upstart goblin?
Yeah. Absolutely. Absolutely. Right now, that is literally the only reason why he is under so much pressure. Because he has everything otherwise.
Yeah.
It's Whiptail. Borbo. I can attack directly, but if he does just try to go for a sneaky direct attack, he will get shut down by enemy controller, and that will end his tournament run.
Yeah.
There is no monster in the extra deck that can inflict direct damage in Petros' deck, right?
Correct.
No, other than Bobber.
No, his only damage is in his attack phase.
Yeah.
His battle phase.
Yeah. There's no super duper 1,000 damage cowboy or anything like that. Absolutely not. This is
tense.
super tense.
This is really tense.
Wait, did he just?
He passed. Oh, wait, no, Maxi.
Oh, okay.
He's not going to pass.
Or-
He's not going to pass.
Apologies.
No. Okay. Attack with Bobo, Whiptail, and then enemy control.
Enemy control to defense mode.
And no, you take it.
Wait, it's 1,200.
Yeah. Just enemy controller and take it.
Just put it in defense mode.
I see no reason why you don't take it. Just
Because then you keep your guy, and then you still have to attack for your guy.
he's got no other attack position monsters.
Either way, just keep your guy.
Yeah,
Put
I
him
don't
in
think it
defense.
matters. I don't think it matters.
Yeah, you get to keep your guy at this point.
And he keeps a defender. So if Petros has a surprise additional attacker, he can't get him in. What's his face down cards?
In fact, actually, he can then, if he can't deal any damage whatsoever, he can, for argument's sake, then flip summon the Whiptail Torrential at that point. Special summon anything, or just normal summon anything and attack.
You're talking about Michael.
Yeah.
He's ahead. He doesn't need to. He knows
But I'm
pass.
saying if there was any miracle thing that was about to happen,
Yeah, absolutely.
Flips up.
he has his other option.
Yeah.
Flips up Aegis, gains 3,000 life points.
Aegis of Gaia.
Yeah, Aegis of Gaia. It's like,
What a card.
I had this one ready.
I remember pulling that. I thought it was fantastic.
May as well have just been playing gift card at this point.
Petros he's not turned his guy to defense mode.
Yeah.
This is the moment where I think the dream dies. What can he do? Does he have any shenanigans?
There's no shenanigans.
shenanigans
There's
this
no
time.
shenanigans available.
Then defense mode.
It's in defense position.
And then he just ends his turn.
He's drumming. He's drumming.
Let me consider. If he passes, I imagine Michael is going to have an explosion.
Yeah.
Petros knows it. I feel bad for him. He gave it a good run and he had the opportunity, but Michael saw through the potential scenario of trying to play through his opponent's Trident to get the damage in.
And
That's it.
there's
There
the
it is.
handshake. So Michael
Is going to
winning
Worlds.
due to Upstart Goblin.
Yeah,
There you go. If anyone ever asks, why don't you play Upstart Goblin?
that's
That,
why.
That just cost a guy going into Worlds. Just in case that argument ever comes up again.
Okay, so a very, very short post-match discussion, I think. Okay, when I said it was very, very short, I mean it